Today is 500 years since the start of the Reformation, when Martin Luther strolled up to his local Roman Catholic church in Germany and nailed his 95 Theses to its door. I'm here on this incredible Cornish cliffside to launch a new podcast called Bible Pirate. I'll tell you why these things are related. The Reformation in Europe completely reimagined what it meant to be a human being and changed the religious and the political map. I'm not so interested in the particulars of all those arguments, but there's this one idea that stuck with me. Luther said it in Latin, sola scriptura. It means the scriptures alone. And he used it to hand the Bible to the people, to give ordinary people the keys to its meaning. The reason I'm on this Cornish cliffside is because of this incredible view of the horizon that just stretches out for miles over the sea. The horizon is what defines the limits of what seems possible in our world. Everything we know, everything we experience happens within a certain horizon. And what Luther and the other reformers managed to do in Europe was to use the Bible to offer something beyond that existing horizon of meaning. They created with sola scriptura the promise of a always outside, an alternative to the status quo that could actually change things. I've still got my old Good News Bible from when I was a child. I read it all the time. It's battered and I've got these little markings in it where I initialed each book, aged like 8 or 9 as I read through them. I grew up in a very religious environment, and over years and years I guess I've come slowly to leave that behind, but I've just not been able to leave behind the Bible. I've left behind the theological reasons that people love to endorse the Bible, but I just still think it's amazing. I guess I've ended up as just a big Bible fanboy. I am a fan. I'm a fan of this story world it creates. It's like it has its own completely different horizon of expectations, of possibilities. Many of them seem much worse than the ones that we live within. And yet sometimes the ways that I think they should be read, I suddenly realise there's an alternative. And that creates alternatives in the present right here. When I look out on the horizon now, and I think about the limits of possibility, and I think about the Bible taking us beyond a horizon, it's not like a place that's actually out there, away from the real world. It's where is the beyond that is actually here. I just can't see it. The way that this earth, this society, this life that we live could be different. If only I could see beyond the horizon of my own limitations. So Bible Pirate is a podcast about exploring the horizons of our meaning, of what seems possible in the world, and being just fans of the biblical text, of its stories, of its story world, of everything that goes on within it, good, bad, big, small, and wondering how that different horizon creates some kind of new possibilities in the here and now. It's definitely not your normal religious podcast on the Bible. I'm not even really sure who it's for. I'm just a Bible fan, and I needed to talk about why it's meaningful today. So I hope you join me for the journey. I hope you find it interesting. I'd love to hear from you, your comments, and find us at BiblePirate.com. See you there.